Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day to everyone and salam Aidil Adha. My name is Amrizal bin Isa. Today, me and my group members will be presenting on our ebook assignments entitled Towards the Victory of Malaya as an Independence Country that we have designed. Before we start, I would like to introduce the board of authors for this ebook. The first one is me, Amrizal bin Isa. Then we have Muhammad Ashraf bin Azamuddin, Mem Muhammad Ihsan bin Mir Idris, and also Muhammad Syafiq bin Rosli. To start off with the presentation, these are the contents that we have included in this ebook. We have our linear outcomes, course mapping and table of specification for our mini test, the article that we use for our mini test, the multiple choice questions MCQ for our mini test, item analysis, and also the report. Now, we move on to the linear outcomes, which are, at the end of the lesson, students should be able to identify political figures that contribute to Malaysia Independence Day. Second, describe the events that happened during Malaysia Independence Day. And last but not least is determine the importance of appreciating Malaysia Independence Day. From the LOs that we have created, we have come out with the course mapping as well as the table of specification for our mini test letter. As for the articles that we have used for our mini test, we took it from a Wikipedia Independence Day Malaysia. We broke it down into 4 chapters: the introduction, events leading up to independence, Independence Day 31st August 1957, and also the formation of Malaysia. And now for our mini test, these 10 questions were designed based on the mapping and tasks that we have done at early stage. We have 5 lots and 5 hot questions. Then we also have done item analysis for all questions and we have summarized them in our report. I think that is all for my part. I will pass to Muhammad Ashraf to present on the summary of our report. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ashraf bin Azamuddin. So I'm going to talk about the report summary. So we distributed a mini test containing 10 questions through WhatsApp among IIUM community and we got 29 respondents. 23 of them scored more than 5 out of 10 marks and only 6 scored lower than 5 marks. The average mark score is 6.97 out of 10. We analyzed the answers for both difficulty and discrimination indexes. We found out that the easiest item is question 4 because all 29 respondents answered correctly with the difficulty index of 0.97. On the contrary, the most difficult items are questions 2, question 6 and question 8 with a moderate difficulty index of 0.48. Out of 29 who answered the questions, only half of them answered correctly, and vice versa. Apart from that, the item analysis also concluded that the least discriminating from the test is question 4 with 0 discrimination because all respondents from high and low marks groups answered it correctly. Question 6 is the most discriminating item with 0.69. It is shown by a huge different number of respondents from both groups choosing the correct answer. 12 respondents from the high marks group answered correctly while only 2 respondents from low marks group answered it correctly. So, in conclusion, the questions in the mini test conducted are at easy and moderate level as proven from the discrimination index. Most questions show moderate to high level in discrimination index, even though some questions are at C3 level or higher order thinking skill or HOTS. The number of correct responses shows a good result in which the students understand or have high level of mastery of the topic. However, the one question that has 0 discrimination needs revising because it appears to be too easy or showed bias as students may already have prior knowledge. All in all, we consider the mini test as a success with an average of 6.97 score out of 10. Thank you.
So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syafiq bin Rosli and this is my reflection video. So, I'm going to talk about what we have learned from this assignment. So, basically, this assignment is teaching us about the step-by-step process of producing a good set of questions for testing and assessment, starting from learning outcomes until item analysis. So first, we need to choose the right topic for our target participant. So, and in our case, we choose Independence Day as it is considered as a common knowledge. And then we need to develop the learning outcomes. So from this part of the assignment, we learned that it is important for us to have clear learning outcomes, as a well-defined learning outcomes assist educators in planning their instructional strategies and also materials. And it also provides learners with a clear understanding of what they are expected to achieve by the end of a learning experience. Next, we need to do the mapping process and table of specification, which taught us on how to organize our questions so that it is clear for both students and also the teacher. This assignment also required us to construct 10 MCQ questions, and from there we are able to learn on how to differentiate between a good and bad MCQ questions. We also learned that questions serve as an assessment tool to test students' understanding of the material. So by asking a variety of questions, teachers can assess the students' level of comprehension. And last but not least, we also need to do the item analysis, which includes difficulty and discrimination index. So from this part, we are able to learn about the quality of our questions, whether it is easy or difficult, discriminating or not, and such. So questions can be tailored to address the diverse needs and abilities of students. And by varying the complexity and depth of questions, teachers can provide appropriate challenges for different learners. So in short, this assignment has taught us a very important aspect in order for us to be a good teacher, which is on how to develop a good set of questions for testing. So, we need to master all of the skills as we are going to use it in our future as a teacher, inshallah. So, that is all from me. Thank you.
Hello and Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Mir Muhammad Ihsan bin Mir Idris, metric number 2027617, and I'm going to continue with the presentations of how this assignment will benefit us in the future teaching days. This project basically has provided us with deeper understanding of mapping process and table of specifications of preparing quality assessment for our future students. The mapping process can enable us to define specific knowledge, competencies, and skills that we want for our students to develop, which support students' learning and achievement. Not only that, it also allows us to align learning objective, assessment, and instructional activities as well. By connecting all the elements, a cohesive curriculum will be developed and meaningful learning will be achieved. In addition, by creating the mapping and table of specifications, we can identify the areas that need to be enhanced. For example, teaching strategies, whereas as dedicated teachers, we need to explore the new approach to support students' learning process and give impactful learning experience. Next, through item analysis in this assignment, it provides us with valuable insight into the difficulty level of each question in assessment. It allows us to gauge how challenging or manageable the questions were for your students. By analyzing the performance on individual's item, we can identify which questions were answered correctly by most students and which ones were more difficult. This information is essential because it helps you to fine-tune the difficulty of your assessment for your future teaching days. If the question was answered correctly by a majority of students, it indicates that it may be too easy, might not be effectively measure the desired learning outcome. On the other hand, if a question was challenging for many students, it suggests that it may be too difficult or require additional support and clarifications. By adjusting the difficulty level of your assessment based on item analysis, you can create more accurate reflections of your students' abilities and provide them with appropriate challenges. This helps them grow and develop their skill while maintaining their motivations and engagement. Ultimately, the ability to identify item difficulty through item analysis empowers you to design better future assessment that accurately reflect the desired learning outcome. Inshallah. Well, that is all from us. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum.